Hey, it's me, Big P, and I want to do a quick video going over the plan for the league start. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because it is a pretty straightforward sort of Bane Occultist start into a Death's Oath Magic Find Farmer. Basically, last league I got baited into starting Vol Blade Flurry, and I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm going to go with a tried and tested skill. Bane's not like super strong, but I really only want it to get my Uber Lab done, my first 2 Watchstones, and just generally get the gear together to respec out of this into a Death's Oath that is specifically for farming maps with Magic Find. Not really much to say about this. This is kind of like a variation that like kind of dips down into Mage Bane and Spell Suppression for like the 80s, just because once you start getting into reds it might be nice to have. You know, this is just a more sort of well-rounded approach rather than what the build will become when we go into Magic Find. It's a quick, I don't have like a full setup here, just the cane is what we're going to buy because I don't think it'll be that expensive. I'm not really going to invest too much, just crap off the ground enough to get me into maps and staying alive. Get my first Eater and Exarch kill. Bane, this is pretty straightforward. I really pretty much just ripped off PoE Ninja and from Subtract them. I do want to try Essence Drain and Evolved Blight. I see people, you know, we might have the 6 link in the main and then a 5 or 2 4 links rather here, maybe 2 5 links. I doubt we'll get a 6 link cane. And then the auras, we're just going to do Malevolence, Grace, Vitality, Defiance Banner. I'm not opting for Determination. I don't imagine we'll have too much armor on the pieces. I mean, that's in the maybe zone here. Oh no, I guess not anymore. And they had Flame Dash, Arcane Surge. I will appreciate the cast speed with the new Arcane Surge. I don't think it's changed here in POB yet, but yeah, it's a little different. But and yeah, Molten Shell might actually still be the best here. We're gonna try either Immortal Call or maybe Still Skin. Might try Soul Rend and see how Withering Step feels as well. Not entirely sure. And my music stopped. Let's see, the yeah, skills items, let's not go too much into this. The real meat and potatoes is the Magic Finder Death's Oath. This one's a little weird because the tree, I mean, I'm gonna have both of these posted below in the description, but it's a little awkward because one of the number of things. This is basically just ripped from what I was running last league in Sanctum. It has a bunch of like suboptimal stuff. Like I don't actually need the additional curse here. I'm not tri-curse right now, and I'm using stuff like Inspired Learning, even though you don't really need to. It doesn't really actually buff the damage that much. Really more for a what do I call it? It's more for like the defensive properties. To be honest, you probably want to drop like everything here. Well, not everything. We'd have to come back around this way just to get a second clutcher jewel set up. That'd probably be better. Another awkward thing is this used to be chaos resistance. So I don't know if you can see right now. I did rip this tree and it does have all the items I was using last league, but the tree has changed and there's no chaos resistance here anymore. This is just some recoup garbage or whatever, which normally wouldn't be that big of a deal. Even with the Death's Oath Death Aura dealing us 450 chaos damage a second, with my current gear setup, we'd only have 32 chaos res. I think we could be okay with this, but the issue is that, you know, one of the few layers of defense that the Cast on Death Portal build has is Divine Flesh, which obviously we won't be using. It's not going to be worth it if you only have 32 chaos res. It's just worse actually, and I think that actually will literally bring my effective, yeah, it gives you like 11k more max hit if you unallocate it. So obviously don't get into this. We might not end up being able to use that because the only chaos res on the tree that I can see is over here. A little far for us, or Purity of Flesh here, but we're not really concerned with staying alive. The skills we're using is, well, first off, first things first, Cast on Death Portal. This is going to be for zooming through maps and hopefully not using all 6 portals on them. I basically just want to be able to farm altars and whatever map farming strategy I fancy. You know, we're gonna try and get some dip cards and all that good stuff. As you can see, the gear is got a lot of the usual suspects. I'm really using, oh no, I thought I was using Abisco's Ami, but no, we're using a Spine Fuse. There's a lot. I might go for, you know, the quantity pieces you can kind of move around a bit here and there depending on what you can do. I might want to use the aesthetic. That way you can use like a corrupted normal quiver with an additional arrow. You also can get an additional arrow here, which we might end up doing during the early stages if we find our clear isn't that good. But honestly, it's probably going to be better than, you know, forcing crap like this. Just drop all that and just get that. That'd probably be a little bit better. Probably do a little bit more optimal pathing through here to drop all this, like I said. But again, we're gonna figure it out in League with the gear that we get, especially that whole Chaos Resistance Divine Flesh thing. That's really annoying. Maybe we'll be able to find it on a Cluster Jewel if we don't use a unique helmet, because we wanted to get the Caustic Arrow damage. We probably should get the Area of Effect enchant either way, but yeah, we'll see what we can do when we get there. My bow and my quiver were both very lazily crafted, so these can get much better, and I'm actually don't feel bad about investing into like a Magic Find character right off the beginning. Like, for example, compared to last League, I didn't want to put any money into Volblade Flurry because it was pretty bad. It felt bad. I feel like it was gonna have legs. It certainly was terrible for Sanctum, so I had no interest in it. Where compared to this, every single Chaos or Divine that I pump into this within the first couple weeks or whatever will be paid back multiplicatively because of just how comfortable this sort of setup feels once it's going. And yeah, I had it at a pretty, honestly, this is like a mediocre setup right now. I actually do have, let's see what we got here. Allie has a more robust and probably better, more optimal tree with the double cluster jewel setup and you know, actual max chaos res and all that good stuff here. So you might want to refer to this if you actually want. I'll put all three. We'll just go check our video out. I'll link that below for a more overview of a traditional Death Oath that's a well-rounded build. But yeah, mine is basically, we're just going to set up the Magic Finder on the first weekend, just so that first week I can just chill, blaze through some maps, and figure out what the next build will be. So let me know what you think. Let me know where I can get some chaos res, because I'm going to be wanting for it. It's a little bit tricky situation. I didn't really expect the tree to kind of throw us that way, but so be it. Let me know what you're running, what your plans are, what you're looking forward to in Crucible. I will be doing a practice run, probably just into maps, a stream of that tomorrow. That's Thursday, probably around 5 or 6 Eastern time. So if you want us to just chill and see some Bane leveling, we're not going to get into Death Oath or anything like that. So it's going to do an SSF run. We're just going to see how it feels, because I'm not super comfortable with the Chaos skills. I just do know that they should be, you know, they're easy to scale early. It's a spell. How hard can it be? How bad can it be? So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.